Hey, hon. Welcome to the Prospector Podcast, a bi-weekly production here on UTEP. My name is Adam Regalado. I'm a senior studying multimedia journalism. I'm the new multimedia editor of the Prospector and your newest host of the Prospector Podcast. Welcome. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the new spring semester and a new year.
Woo! Woo, woo, woo!
First, I want to introduce the people on my sides. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, everybody. My name is Allison Rodriguez, and I'm currently a senior majoring in multimedia journalism here at UTEP. I've been a part of the Prospector for going on 4 years now, and I graduate this semester.
Woo!
Hello guys, I'm Mark Hinojosa. I'm a senior here at UTEP studying multimedia journalism. I've been at the Prospector for about a year now, and I am the audience and engagement editor.
Woo!
Alrighty, thank you to the both of you again so much for joining me today. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about new semester. It's going to be a struggle. We all go through so many things in our life, like we're all going through so much. School isn't the only thing we're doing, of course. So we're just going to be talking about that. How can students kind of like cleanse themselves and their spaces for just a fresh new start on their semester, and kind of talking about what do we need to have in our lives this semester and what we don't need to have in our lives this semester to make it a successful one, especially for people who are graduating this semester,
Mm-hmm.
So, personally, I am loving my new job here at the Prospector. I also have my 4 classes that I'm taking this semester. I have a part-time job as a server at a Denny's, and I also have to take care of my family, You're just always constantly worrying about your family, so it can just be a lot. I don't know if you guys want to share a little bit about what you're struggling with or what you guys have to be focusing on throughout the semester.
Well, I guess I'll go first. So right now I graduate, of course, so worrying about that. I have a new internship during the summer at the Dallas Morning News, so I'm moving away from my family for the first time. So, still struggling to find out where I'm going to live. And, Dallas is just such a big city and way different than El Paso. So just focusing on how I'm going to deal with that and leave my family, my boyfriend, all my friends, you guys. And I guess just making sure I pass all my classes. I'm only taking 1 in-person class and 3 online classes, so really happy about that. And I'm starting a new internship at KTEP over here at UTEP, so super excited about that. And then I'm also still working at the New Children's Museum. So
Nice.
yeah, so just doing, and then working here, contributing whatever I can.
You're a busy girl.
Yeah.
You're so busy. But I know Allison, right? She's just going to do so amazing, and she constantly is always doing so amazing. I'm so proud of you.
You're too sweet.
How about you, Marco? What do you?
I'm very busy with the Prospector, always posting on social media and editing and writing. And then on top of that, have my 4 classes as well. I am also trying to look for a second job just because, money's tight. I think we're all very much living in a time where things are just not cheap at all. So, searching for that second job, managing with all of it can be a lot. But I think that's why we're here to settle down on the situations.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Totally. It's just I think when you think about what you have to do, and of course it's different for everybody, and the people listening, like you guys are going through so many different other experiences, and it can just all be so overwhelming. Everybody is under different circumstances. Others, but I think, like you said, money's just a little tight for everybody right now. Like things are just really expensive. School's expensive, and worrying about paying for school and just whatever you have to pay for at home, it can get really, really stressful. Do you guys have any tips of kind of like relieving that kind of, because it's not normal stress. I don't know if you guys would agree with me when I say this. It's not normal stress. It's kind of just it's an everyday thing that I think as we all grow up, we're starting to realize that there's so many things we have to worry about. So do you guys kind of have any advice to kind of, I don't know.
I do a little bit. And this kind of is a little bit specific towards the spring semester, but I feel that the fall semester is very convoluted because it's right after summer. So everyone's pretty much everyone has heat exhaustion, one, but then you have the holidays, and then I don't know why, but that entire time period just goes by so fast, and I feel everyone burns out very quickly. And with the spring semester, my advice to everyone is that it's a new year, it's a new semester. Let this be your playground. Like, you can do everything from scratch all over again, you know, and you have the power to really test yourself to the limits and rework everything that you've done and make it like perfect. And then you can flaunt it too. So I share that. Actually, I'm done. Edit that out. But yeah, the first part was cute.
That was amazing. I think it's, you know, that saying like new year, new me. I think it's kind of starting. We need to change our mentality where it's like new year, same us, but we have potential to change, and we have the potential to make a different routine for ourselves to kind of go into things a lot differently, for sure. It's like, I mean, before the semester started, personally, like I was, okay, let me fix my work schedule so that I can completely focus on school, or focus on school as much as I can, because I mean, yeah, like I do have to worry about my family, you know, like I do need to make sure that I can pay for for things for myself instead of my family helping me out as much as I can. And it's a personal thing too, you know, it's just kind of like I want to be independent, and I think most of us as we grow up, college students, they want to be independent. But I mean, I think that's great advice. If you don't need to be completely independent, don't be. You know, like we're all gonna get there at some point, so don't rush.
Yeah.
It's take your time with it, and just every day be as happy as you can, you know. And of course, there's gonna be days where we're gonna struggle, but I think it's just going through the days, not having to worry too much if we don't need to.
Exactly.
You know, taking out those negative things in our lives, the things we don't have to worry about. Let's not worry about them. How about you, Allison?
Gosh, well, for me, I don't really handle the stress that well, if I'm being honest. Like, every semester, ever since I started at UTEP, you know, the first year for me, it was all all online COVID, so it was super easy to just keep everything in track, didn't have to worry about any outside things happening, because, you know, we were all stuck in our houses. But then the first year in 2021, fall 2021, that was probably my worst semester here at UTEP, because, you know, adjusting to being in college, instead of having a whole year to, you know, to get my, my footing in college, it was just starting new, and I was a sophomore, and that was a tough semester for me because not only, you know, like I said, but the first semester, fall 2021, was the most stressful one because we were coming back from the pandemic, learning how to get my footing and, you know, walk to different classes and how to deal with, you know, the social aspect along with focusing on school instead of just solely focusing on school. And, you know, everything being easily online to keep track of. But that semester, I also went through a bad breakup. And then I got fired from my first job because I was at work study at the key shop. And, you know, I was just so depressed. And then I was sick as a dog. Like, after every semester, I'm always pedal to the metal. And I get kind of prideful because I think I can handle all of it. So I just keep on adding more because I'm a total yes person. I'm like, oh, new opportunity. Yep, I'm going to do it. Oh, you need help with that? Yep, I'm going to do it. Like, what can that lead to? How can I use this to my benefit? Well, that sounds kind of wrong.
No, but that's so true.
Yeah.
Like, that's such especially, I mean, in our field, it's because we're all journalists, you know? I think in our field, it's like, that's exactly how we need to be thinking. And I'm pretty sure in other majors, that's exactly how other people are thinking as well, you know? Like, with every opportunity, how can I use it to my benefit? You know, because it's a scary world out there.
Exactly.
You know?
Gotta use the resources
sometimes
you
we
can.
gotta be selfish.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that the first step to kind of making a new routine for you and is basing it all around you, you know, because you said that, you know, and I'm sorry, like, that you had that depressive episode and, you know, you had gone through that breakup, and that's a really tough thing to go through, you know?
And I was also in a car crash right after that,
my
so
God.
it was just, I don't know, for me, I don't know if it's just a me thing, or I think everyone has, like, a rough fall semester, because, like Marco and you were saying, like, everything happens, like, homecoming week and, you know, Halloween, like, all the holidays and stuff like that, and I just feel like those finals, like, before Christmas break are just way more rough than, you know, spring finals. But honestly, the one thing that really helped me was like depending on people, finally being like, okay, I'm not going to be so prideful. I'm going to ask for help and just leaning on people. That's what really helped me out. But after every semester, I always, I'm super pedal to the metal. I always really like burn out like really early. And then, it's just kind of like clawing my way to the finish line, after Thanksgiving break and, fall, it's just clawing our way to finish. But, and after that, after every semester, I get super sick. Like after this semester, I was sick for a week with a bad sinus infection. Just because, I pushed myself so much. Because last year was 5 classes, 2 jobs, an internship, working at the Prospector still, just everything.
Yeah, and you hear that a lot. Like, people we know that we worked at the Prospector, if you talk to a lot of them, a lot of people were sick during the holidays. And I think that's just that stress has a lot to do with your body.
It ruins everything.
It ruins it sometimes.
Hits you like a truck.
Oh, yeah.
Like a truck, like a bus. Regina George.
A great way to de-stress, I say, is a good movie. I love a good movie. But at the movie theater, though, it's...
Ooh, controversial.
Really?
I don't know. Well, not to like veer too far from the topic, but I don't know. I feel like the movies are becoming less and less of a thing now. I love the movies. I do love the movies. I love to go like every weekend with my friend. We're always there, I think it's just, a good movie, period. But whatever makes you feel more comfortable, I guess,
Yeah.
Just kind of immersing yourself in another world.
Different reality, even for a little hour or two.
Exactly. And when we talk about kind of banishing like those negative things from our life, I think we need to start with ourselves, and I think I was talking to you like before we started recording, like, oh, I need to clean my room, like today's the first day of school, like I need to clean my room, I need to just fold all my clothes if I have any clothes laying around, which I probably do.
Me too.
And yes, it's a super small thing, and like it's not gonna fix everything, but it's personally, at least, it's gonna make me feel better, and it's gonna be like, I got this.
Yeah.
Like just those little things that you can control, I guess, are really super helpful.
Have you heard? I'm so sorry to cut you off, Adam.
No.
But you saying that about cleaning your room and how it makes you feel better reminds me of this thing I read, how dirty your room is and how messy it is represents your mental state.
Yes.
Yeah, you're so right.
Your room represents your mind.
Yeah.
People say that like when you have a super messy room, though, it's like
creativity.
You're so creative and you're really, really smart. And my room's always messy, so I don't know, maybe. But I
Genius.
also just I guess when I'm starting new chapters in my life or something, like when this fall semester ended, I like deep cleaned my room really good. Like after a little breakup, I deep cleaned it again, because I was just like, whoop, fresh new start. Like, let me just,
Yeah.
And of course, I'll deep clean it throughout. I'm not saying that I'm not like cleaning my room throughout the whole semester, right? But I guess just when I'm like, okay, like it's going to be a busy week, I'm just going to clean my room really good,
It just makes you feel better. Heck, after my bad breakup, I moved everything in my room, like the bed, everything, just totally rearranged it to represent I'm a changed person now.
Yeah. I think something that also helps me is kind of always remind myself of what I truly want and what I'm envisioning, And in a sense, romanticizing my own life. I think it adds more purpose, Every little thing that you do, I feel too many people don't like take the time out of their day to recognize like what's really around them, and therefore only wallowing in their emotions a little bit more. So I feel like everyone should, 2024, this is a good in, but I feel like everyone should romanticize everything that they do a little bit extra, because everything that you do is very precious and timeless. So why not make as much of it as you can?
Totally agree. Yeah, romanticize your life.
Celebrate the small wins.
Yeah.
Celebrate everything. It's just every day is a new blessing, whether you're religious or not. I think it's just every day is such a blessing, Like it's a new opportunity, it's a new day, You know, there might be some things that happened yesterday or the week before that are still affecting us, but as long as we keep going, that's what's so beautiful. Put on your headphones, your AirPods, put on your favorite song, walk to class, and just be that person. You're the main character in your own book. You're writing your book, so you are the main character.
And I think like people should indulge in what they think is cringy. I think a lot of people have a fear of doing a cringe act, like sitting by themselves at lunch or going to the library and reading or going to the coffee shop by themselves. But it's like once you do those things, you feel like so cool. You feel so cool and you don't need anybody else. And like, I don't know. It's a really nice feeling. Once you kind of get over the idea that you don't have anyone to really live for or prove for, I feel those emotions go away.
You gain so much confidence from doing those things.
So, romanticize.
Romanticize.
And going off of that note, how you were saying celebrate the small wins and romanticize your life. Also, I saw this thing that I want to try, and it's like write one good thing about your week, and then at the end of the year, when it's New Year's, you open up and see what a great year you had.
That is so cute.
That is so cute.
I'm gonna start that.
It's not too late.
It's only the third week.
It's not too late. That's totally a super nice idea. It's just, I mean, it's going to be a hard semester, you know? Like, even if it doesn't seem like it now, you know, there might be something that happens. You never know what's going to happen. But I think no matter what, it's just, we all got this. And more importantly, you got yourself, babe. You got yourself. And that's all that matters. You know, you're going to have your supporters and be so super thankful for them. I'll always be thankful for my supporters, but at the end of the day, it's just us. And that's how you start growing as a person, I believe.
That's how you push through.
Exactly.
Got to be your own cheerleader.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes into, like, just taking care of yourself. Just remember to start taking care of yourself, you know? Because if you don't take care of yourself, and I kind of want to have this little conversation of how do you guys kind of take care of yourself? I mean, we kind of talked about it with like cleaning our rooms, but that's so clearly step one. You know, before we worry about anybody else, before we worry about school, we can't do it without us, of course. So how do you guys take care of yourselves?
Going to therapy. Yeah, last semester I started going to therapy, and it's helped out a lot. I mean, my therapist, no offense, but she's not as good as my before therapist.
It happens though.
Yeah.
It's all about connection.
Yeah, truly.
But I mean, it still helps. And then also, you know, taking little trips, like when I just need, like last year, I went to Albuquerque randomly, and I went to the Balloon Fest, you know, just to treat yourself, just change of scenery. I go hiking too when I just need to clear my mind. And, you know, I take dance classes at the rec, so that's always a lot of fun. And
that's so cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
so meeting new people, going on little adventures, that's what always helps me.
Oh, I love that. How about you?
For me, I would definitely have to say treating myself after knowing that I worked really hard. You know, get that cup of coffee. You know, go get that top. Go get those shoes. But beyond buying something, being in nature and listening to music with my best friends, just talking. I love to talk. Even when it's like something that you feel you don't really like, something that you're completely nervous about talking about, and you don't really know about like where it's gonna end up being, but it's just talking lifts a huge weight off your chest, you know?
No, totally. Personally, I mean, I surround myself by people who are generally like a lot older than me, and they like go out a lot and stuff, and I don't know, I always struggled. I'm just like, oh, I can't do fun things. But for people who are under the age of 21, you don't be waiting until you're 21 to go do fun things. I mean, I'm not saying to go do those fun things you are able to do when you turn 21, right? But there's so much more, you know, than like those kinds of fun things. And I feel like that's a lot of what younger people's mentalities are, that they're only going to have fun until they turn 21. But it's like, well, first, I mean, I feel like that's controversial either way. I'm like, is that taking care of yourself? But just go out with your friends. Go to a coffee shop. If you guys are into books, go to Barnes and Noble and sit down and like talk about a book.
Mm-hmm.
I love talking about books. I love talking about movies.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the movies, And I mean, of course, we want to say things because, yeah, like it's not all about spending money, and sometimes we can't. So just find those like little things, I mean, not everybody's into writing or drawing. But I mean, I think all of us love music.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't love a good track?
We all love like a good track. You're so right. And so just pop on your headphones, babe. Like, take a nice hot shower, blast your music, and just stay in there for a while. I don't know. It's just, I totally will always say, take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, like, I read books. I do write. I have like my best friends that, let's go out to eat. Let's go to the movies. And you're so right. Talking just does it. Even if it's talking to yourself. Record yourself. It's so
Even if it's
fun.
on yourself.
Like, record your voice, talk to yourself, listen to like how you're sounding, or write down your thoughts and read it, even if it's just a little thought throughout the day. Go ahead and write it down on your notes app or something and just read it later so you know what you were thinking about and know how you were feeling, because we're constantly learning more about ourselves every day,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, I guess that's kind of the end of our conversation. Just remember to take care of yourselves. It's gonna be a really good semester. I feel it.
Should everyone give like top 3 like final tips what to do this semester?
Top 3 final tips.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
1 tip
bet.
each.
Yeah. Oh yeah, perf.
Yeah. Who wants to start?
I guess I can start.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 1 tip to how to take care of yourself this semester, right?
Yeah.
Is to go on little adventures. I thought that was a really good one that I thought of.
That
Yeah.
is. No, yeah. I'm totally.
Escape for a bit,
Because especially like the spring semester, I don't know about you guys, but it's so boring and so long for me because there's not really that much going. Because the fall semester there's like football games and holidays and
So right.
you could do a bunch of different activities in the fall, but then in the springtime it's like that awkward transition where everything's like super cold like today,
Yeah.
and then you like barely going into the springtime, and then all of a sudden it's summer. But I don't know, for me the spring semester has always been so boring.
No, I get that.
So definitely go on little adventures in order to beat that springtime boringness.
Oh yeah.
New Mexico's right there, and there's so many things to do in El Paso too.
Mm-hmm.
Like little adventures, like everywhere. I just feel like we close ourselves off a lot.
I saw this on a TikTok. Be a tourist in your own city.
There we go.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're so right.
And everyone like gives or talks bad about El Paso because like everyone says, oh, there's nothing to do in El Paso, but that's just because you're not looking.
Yeah. Look harder.
Yeah.
Look harder.
See, that's why I like doing arts and culture, because you just find out all these cool new things about El
Yeah,
Paso.
exactly.
Okay, I guess my turn for a little tip. You know what? And I'm gonna steal something that Allison said, that you had mentioned earlier, because this is something I'm working on, and I joining the Prospector, I've met so many new people, like Marco, and I already love Marco so much.
We love Marco.
I love all of you guys.
And that's meeting new people.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like how is that taking care of yourself? Because I feel like once you meet new people, you're kind of confronting yourself in a way. Or it's just like, are you being authentic to people? And that's constantly what's running through my head. Like, are you being completely authentic to the people that you're meeting? And slowly you just kind of want to say, I do want to be authentic and I want to be myself. And you start kind of realizing that it doesn't matter what other people's ideas or opinions are of you, just as long as you are yourself, and that's beautiful. So meet new people. They're going to teach you so much, and you're going to learn so much about yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a good one.
That was a great one, actually.
Okay, thank you.
My top tip would probably be just continuing everything that you do do everything with love and compassion.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
It gives more meaning to everything.
Mhm.
Every single assignment, every single project, every single, like, anything. A drive to and from campus. I know, to anyone who lives on the far east side like us, the commute can be terrible.
So terrible.
Romanticize the drive.
You're so right.
So, once again, I go back to romanticizing.
Woo.
I love that. Well, thank you for listening, everybody. I wish you just the best luck this semester. If you have any ideas of what you want to listen to this podcast, I as your new host, I kind of want to make this all about you and just make it a bit more about our lives, So whether you're watching this on YouTube or the Prospector website, drop a little comment if there's anything you want us to hear, anything you want to hear a conversation about, Thank you so much. I'm Adam Regalado, and this was the Prospector Podcast. Bye.
Happy New Year.